In the shadows of antiquity, the world was shaped not just by kings, but by the silent turning of the wheels of time. Civilizations rose from the dust of the earth, leaving behind monuments that challenged the very heavens. From the banks of the Nile to the grand forums of Rome, the hunger for power defined the human story. Empires were forged in the heat of battle, where thousands marched toward an uncertain destiny. Clashing swords and the roar of the crowd echoed through the grand amphitheaters of the old world. But true power lay not just in conquest, but in the preservation of knowledge and thought. Philosophers questioned the stars, seeking to understand the universe and man's place within it. As the old empires faded into memory, a new era began to dawn across the European continent. The medieval age brought knights bound by codes of honor and castles built to withstand time itself. Yet, beneath the grand exterior of chivalry lay a world plagued by division and darkness. Trade routes began to connect distant lands, carrying spices, silks, and dangerous secrets across the globe. The Silk Road bloomed, bridging the east and the west through perilous deserts and high mountain passes. Along these paths, ideas flowed freely, sparking a cultural rebirth that would change humanity forever. The Renaissance awakened the human spirit, bringing forth unprecedented achievements in art and science. Scholars unlocked the mysteries of the human body and the laws of motion, challenging age-old dogmas. The printing press emerged, democratizing knowledge and spreading words faster than ever before imagined. With newfound knowledge, humanity looked toward the horizon, eager to explore the uncharted oceans. Brave navigators sailed into the unknown, driven by the promise of new lands and untold wealth. The discovery of new continents forever altered the global balance of power, creating new empires. Old worlds collided with new ones, leading to centuries of colonization, conflict, and convergence. The wealth of empires grew, but it came at a devastating cost to millions across the Atlantic. Massive plantation systems arose, changing the global economy through forced labor and trade. As the centuries rolled on, the fires of revolution began to ignite in the hearts of the oppressed. People demanded liberty and equality, challenging the divine right of kings to rule over them. The American colonies stood up against a global superpower, fighting for their right to self-governance. Meanwhile, across the ocean, France erupted in a revolution that shook the foundations of monarchy. The age of revolutions gave birth to modern democracies, reshaping the map of the Western world. Soon, another revolution began, not with weapons, but with the steady thrum of machines. The Industrial Revolution transformed agrarian societies into urban powerhouses of production. Steam engines connected distant cities, shrinking the world and accelerating the pace of daily life. Cities grew rapidly, bringing wealth to many, but also hardship to the working classes. The race for resources led to a new wave of global imperialism, carving up vast continents. Tensions boiled beneath the surface of global alliances, waiting for a single spark to ignite the world. In 1914, that spark was struck, plunging the global powers into the horrors of industrial warfare. The First World War rewrote the rules of combat, introducing tanks, planes, and chemical weapons. Millions perished in the mud of Europe, leaving a generation scarred by the trauma of total war. The peace that followed was fragile, leading to economic collapse and the rise of dangerous ideologies. Fascism and totalitarianism took root, promising strength but leading the world back toward darkness. The Second World War erupted, a conflict of unprecedented scale and catastrophic devastation. Humanity witnessed the darkest depths of cruelty, but also the highest heights of courage and sacrifice. The war ended with the dawn of the nuclear age, forever changing the nature of global deterrence. Out of the ashes of war, two superpowers emerged, locking the world in a tense Cold War. The ideological battle was fought not just on Earth, but in the final frontier of space. Man walked on the moon, a triumph that proved human ingenuity could transcend our earthly bounds. On Earth, proxy wars and the threat of nuclear annihilation kept the world on the brink. Yet, the human desire for freedom could not be suppressed by concrete walls or iron curtains. The collapse of the Soviet Union marked the end of an era, giving rise to a new globalized world. The digital revolution arrived, connecting humanity through a web of invisible data and instant communication. Computers moved from massive research labs into the palm of every human hand. The new millennium brought new challenges, from global terrorism to the threat of climate change. Yet, history shows that humanity has always found a way to adapt, innovate, and survive. We stand on the shoulders of giants, carrying the legacy of thousands of years of human struggle. Every choice we make today becomes the history that future generations will look back upon. The story of mankind is not written in stone, but in the choices of ordinary individuals. From the first fire lit in a cave to the cities built under the stars, our journey continues. The triumphs and tragedies of the past serve as a roadmap for the uncharted future ahead. As we face the unknown, we carry the resilience of the millions who came before us. For history is not just a record of the past, it is a living mirror of who we are today. The wheel of time keeps turning, and a new chapter of the human odyssey is waiting to be written. What legacy will we leave behind when our time on this earth becomes history?